So welcome to week 5 of this transition into spring. We're in spring. We're in spring now, and so we've been working our way through wintering, and it only goes as far as March. So I'm going to begin today by reading a passage from the book where she's been talking about bees and so if you haven't read the book, there's a lot of interesting information about bees before this bit that I'm going to read. But in today's practice, we're going to be doing a loving kindness meditation, and we're going to be exploring a side of humanity that we try and push away, which is being wronged. So taking great care of yourself within the practice, and we're going to do this on a few different layers. If you can, be kind with yourself, and being light-hearted around it, if that's possible. I'll weave that within the practice. But taking great care of yourself, and the reading is inspired around that. So I'll start. The sociobiologist E.O. Wilson suggests that we're more similar to bees than most people would dare to imagine. He offers bees and ants as prime examples of eusocial creatures, that is, those that organise their labour cooperatively for the greater good of their society, and he suggests that humans show similar behaviour, just organised differently. Humans may go about their daily business without the help of the pheromone trails or physical specializations that we find in social insects, but Wilson believes that our tendency towards cooperation is just hardwired. The idea of the human machine, a natural order of things that could function as smoothly as a beehive if only we could cut away the bad habits we've got into over the course of our existence on this earth, has long attracted many thinkers on both the left and the right. Whether your taste runs to military efficiency with no space left for whining neediness of individuals, or flat egalitarian structures in which everyone gets what they need rather than what they want, then there's a beehive metaphor for you. Let us not aspire to be like ants and bees. We can draw enough wonder from their intricate systems of survival without modelling ourselves on them wholesale. Humans are not eusocial. We are not nameless units in a superorganism or mere cells that are expendable when we have reached the end of our useful lives. The life of a sociable insect has nothing to say about us. Our lives take different shapes. We do not work in a linear progression through fixed holes like the honeybee. We are not consistently useful to the world at large. We talk about the complexity of the hive, but human societies are infinitely more complex, full of choices and mistakes, periods of glory and seasons of utter despair. Some of us make highly visible, elaborate contributions to the whole. Some of us are part of the ticking mechanics of the world, the incremental wealth of small gestures. All of it matters. All of it weaves the wider fabric that binds us. In the eusocial hive, just a single wintering would result in being driven out for the greater good, and it may well be true that a bee can't recover, but a human can. We can drift through years in which we feel like a negative presence in the world, but we are capable of coming back again. We can return to friends and family, not only restored, but capable of bringing more than we brought but before, greater wisdom, more compassion, an increased capacity to reach deep into our roots and know that we will find water. Usefulness is a useless concept when it comes to humans. I don't think we're ever meant to think about others in terms of their use to us. We flourish on caring, on doling out love. The most helpless members of our families and communities are what stick us together. It's how we thrive. Our winters are social glue. So as we head into this loving kindness meditation where I'm going to be prodding you a little bit, this idea that in many ways we want to work like bees. We want everyone to be getting on and everyone to be doing things for the greater good, but everybody's got a different idea of what that might be. And we're going to rest with our experience of that and of ourselves. But that's okay. That to be a human being is to want to cooperate and to want us to all get along. But, yeah. So let's sit with some of this and explore what comes up for us within the practice. So as always, I'm going to begin with my bell. So I'm going to then switch the mic mode. So taking a moment to settle, be doing this practice lying down today, and absolutely listening to what your body needs. And if you're feeling particularly tired, an invitation to open your eyes and softly focus at something in front of you, a speck of dust, a grain of wood, one of the keys on your keyboard, just ensuring that your posture is upright and dignified, honouring the time that you've taken out of your busy life to be here. As we practice paying deliberate and specific attention in this very deliberate way, setting an intention to be present without judgment and criticism, with kindness, to simply notice. And to begin with finding a neutral point within the body that you can bring your attention to when your mind has wandered, which it inevitably will. It could be within the breath, it could be within the body. Somewhere neutral and easy. And as you scan around looking for that anchor, an invitation to check in if there's any points of tension that you're holding on to. The shoulders, within the face, the jaw. And if you can, letting that go. Personal favourite of mine at the moment is my forehead, because I have a tendency to scrunch it up. So I use this as my anchor. And then letting go and bringing your awareness to your breath, and as best you can, breathing through your nose. And an invitation to practice extending that out breath just by maybe one count, so that it's easy and comfortable. Finding a rhythm with that. Listening to your body and your needs and taking great care of yourself within the practice. Remembering that my guidance is simply that, it's a guide. And if it doesn't feel right for you, then you can listen to yourself and follow your own instructions and return to the anchor that you've established whenever you like. And ensuring the breath is a soft, easy, comfortable rhythm. The shoulders are relaxed and that any obvious tension that you can let go of is done. You can check in with yourself from time to time. If you need to move within the practice, weaving that in. It doesn't need to be separate, and it's not something to criticize yourself about. There's no right or wrong way of doing these practices. Meeting yourself as you are, present, aware, noticing. Expanding your awareness from the breath to include all of your body as you sit here, breathing here. Noticing the points of contact that you're making with the earth. Your clothes against your skin. The air against your skin. Noticing textures and temperatures. What it is to be you in this moment, in this body that houses your stories, holds your experiences. To begin with, I'd like you to bring your awareness to somebody in the world who wouldn't recognize you, wouldn't know you from Adam, who has wronged you in some way. So politicians can be quite easy ones. Or businessmen, businesswomen, business people. A person who has wronged you. They've made a decision you don't believe is right for others. I'm sure you've got lots to choose from. Just picking one. And just dropping into the body right now and noticing what's here, what information. Should we hold this powerful person in our mind's eye? Noticing the impact they have on us and our bodies, and as we think about them and hold them in our mind's eye. And the damage that they've caused, the destruction, the pain and the suffering. Has the rhythm of your breath changed? This human being who has gotten something wrong in your eyes. Lots of people will be in agreement with you on this, I'm sure. This person who was once a small baby, loved, who suffers and struggles, is doing the best that they can with the skills that they have. Who is loved or was loved. Now moving on to what can be tricky. You can say these words out loud or internally. Maybe if they lived in this way, they would cause less suffering to others. May they be well. May they live with ease. May they be kind to themselves and to others. May they be well. May they live with ease. And may they be kind to themselves and to others. May they be well. May they live with ease. And may they be kind to themselves and to each other and others. May they be kind to themselves and to others. And just taking a few moments to rest in the felt sensation of having said those words, and maybe the challenge that came up. The discomfort, the ill-ease. Maybe some sensations of peace and ease in yourself. whatever's there, being with it as it is, without judgment. And then returning your awareness to your breath and your body, breathing in and breathing out, extending that out breath, letting go of any tension or tightening that may have crept in. Okay, now we're going to go a little bit closer to home. Somebody who has wronged you. And being careful who you pick. Could be you want to sit with somebody from the past, or you want to sit with somebody more recently. This person who's wronged you, who's made a mistake, who's hurt you, who's upset you, annoyed you. Perhaps they've been selfish or inconsiderate. And then an invitation to drop into the body and the felt sensation of what bringing this person and this scenario into your mind's eye does. Where is it? Are there any particular sensations within the body? The jaw, face, your chest, your belly, maybe even your feet. Being curious about what it is to hold this person who's wronged you in your mind's eye. You sit with this, with the discomfort. You don't need to push it away. Of course, knowing that your anchor is there for you at any moment if you feel you need to go there. And then come back when you're ready. Like walking out of a room and coming back in again. And of course, this person was once this perfect little baby, all the possibilities. That they're loved or they were loved. That they matter. That they suffer and struggle. They get things wrong. They may get some things right. We might not be privy to. And then an invitation to say these words out loud or internally. May you be well. May you live with ease. May you be kind to yourself and to others. May you be well. May you live with ease. And may you be kind to yourself and to others. May you be well. May you live with ease. And may you be kind to yourself and to others. And then resting in the felt sensation of having said those words. The discomfort, maybe the comfort that's here. You breathing here, in and out as we sit with stories. In the present moment, what are you experiencing right now? Warmth, coolness, tingling, shapes, colours, tastes, sounds. And then returning your awareness to your breath and your body. And just taking that time to reset the points of contact that you're making with the earth, your clothes against your skin, the air against your skin, your posture, any tension or tightening crept in. And it's time to turn a compassionate and kind eye towards yourself, ourselves. And we're going to focus specifically on our body today and the wrongs that we've done it. The things that we've done, the situations that we've put ourselves in that have caused us suffering and struggle. Those moments where I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I hadn't said that. I wish I hadn't eaten that. I wish I hadn't drunk that. Our body that does its best for us when we cut. It knows exactly what to do to heal. When we're clumsy and we try and carry too many things and we pull muscles and ignore its messages, that we don't go to bed when we're tired and we don't stop eating when we're full. We push ourselves too far or not enough. The stress that we've placed upon ourselves. That the body has carried on, tried to repair and fix and mop up and take care of us. Housing these stories and often going so ignored. That when we ruminate over the wrongs in the world, it's our body that experiences it. So just taking a moment to check in with your posture, to let go of any tension or tightening, drop the shoulders, elongate that out breath. And placing one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, or imagining that if that's not something you fancy doing today. May I be well. May I live with ease. And may I be kind to myself and to others. May I be well. May I live with ease. And may I be kind to myself and to others. May I be well. May I live with ease. And may I be kind to myself and to others. Just resting in the felt sensation of having said those words. And now an invitation to bring your awareness back to your breath, breathing in and breathing out. And expanding your awareness from the breath to include all of your body. I'm going to close with a poem from one of our favourites, Mary Oliver. It's called Worm Moon. It's in 5 parts. Part 1. In March, the earth remembers its own name. Everywhere the plates of snow are cracking. The rivers begin to sing. In the sky, the winter stars are sliding away. New stars appear, as later small blades of grain will shine in the dark fields. And the name of every place is joyful. The season of curiosity is everlasting, and the hour for adventure never ends. But tonight, even the men who walked upon the moon are lying content by open windows, where the winds are sweeping over the fields, over water, over the naked earth, into villages and lonely country houses and the vast cities. Because it is spring. Because once more the moon and the earth are eloping. A love match that will bring forth fantastic children who will learn to stand, walk, and finally run over the surface of earth, who will believe for years that everything is possible. Born of clay, how shall a man be holy? Born of water, how shall a man visit the stars? Born of the seasons, how shall a man live forever? Soon, the child of the red-spotted newt, the eft, will enter his life from the tiny egg. On his delicate legs he will run through the valleys of moss down to the leaf mould by the streams, where lately white snow lay upon the earth like a deep and lustrous blanket of moonfire. And probably everything is possible. So we're going to move into taking tea together. I'm going to move my table back a bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to move. So, a quote that recently inspired me for today's practice is around the difficulties that we have with people and the suffering and struggles that we experience is that it's like, and I'll have to find the quote, it's like that we take the poison expecting them to be harmed. And there's a quote that's much more eloquent than that around that, and how what our body's experiencing when we ruminate and when we struggle and suffer around decisions that may be out of our control. So something to ponder on over our tea. And I'm having thyme tea today, which is in season here in the Garrig, and is perfect for my sore throat today. And I've already got some in my water, so it doesn't need a long brew. So dropping into your body in its experience of taking tea or observing this tea, this tisane. So I'm going to pause the recording here. That wasn't an easy practice, so you may feel quite inspired to journal as a big debrief of what came up for you. You're welcome to pop it in an email. So yeah, some interesting experiences arrived there, and a theme seems to be it's much harder to hold the neutral person. I mean, they're not neutral, but the powerful person whose wrong does perhaps within the world. But the impact that this has on our body when we feel so much stress and lack of control. So something to be mindful of. We're not trying to change or fix anything. We're being with things as they are and noticing and taking care of ourselves. It's your immune system that's getting the brunt of this, basically. Our immune systems, we're all in this together. Okay, so let's close with our classic mindful breathing space. So when we practice in this way, we shrink our amygdala, and this has a big impact on rumination. The more we can shrink it, the less we ruminate. So let's practice this. I'll talk more about this next week. So taking a moment to arrive and settle, notice the points of contact that you're making with the earth. Let go of any tension or tightening you might find. So quick scan around the body, check in, shine that torch, sweep around, dust, whatever analogy works best for you. And then an invitation to narrow your awareness to your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Extending that out breath if you can. And then expanding your awareness from the breath to include all of your body. And as best you can, taking this sense of connection and awareness into whatever you have left to do with your day, and taking great care of yourself, and perhaps weaving that practice in of moments of stress from outside sources that are beyond our sphere of what we feel we can influence. So thank you so much for joining me, and then we've got our last session in the series next week.